All right, we are live on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in on this Friday, and it is an anniversary edition of Whiteboard Weather across western Pennsylvania, the 39th anniversary of the Miracle on Ice, in which the USA defeated the Soviet Union 4-3, and probably the greatest upset in all of sports history 39 years ago today in Lake Placid, Florida. And most of us that remember it watched it on tape delay. The game was originally scheduled for 5 o'clock, and ABC wanted to move it to 8 o'clock so everyone could watch it live, but the Soviet Union had a problem with it because it was going to move the start time to 4 a.m. instead of 1 a.m. in the Soviet Union, so they left it as is. The game went on at 5 o'clock, and by the time we watched it, it was over, and we saw the game on tape delay, the greatest moment in all of sports history on tape delay. And, of course, Pittsburgh, a big influence in that game between Herb Brooks and Mark Johnson was a Penguin prospect, draft pick, had a big role in that team as well. All right, let us get to some weather information, which is why you're here primarily. Quickly to the weather maps. The storm system that is here across almost just east of the Four Corners area, that's the one that brought snow to Vegas, parts of Arizona that typically don't get snow, even down as far south as the Phoenix area. At least parts of it saw some snow earlier today. That's ejecting. It's going to track toward the Great Lakes. Right now, it's fighting high pressure. That's keeping things dry in our neck of the woods, but that high will start to give ground. You'll notice on Saturday morning, the high shifting up toward New England, still suppressing moisture to the south, so as it starts to leak north, it's going to fight dry air initially. I don't think rain showers start reaching the ground until sometime after lunch, and it will be light, at least initially, and then as the day wears on toward evening and nighttime Saturday, the rainfall will become more widespread and sustained into Saturday evening and Saturday night. I think we're looking at probably a half inch to an inch of rain. Then you can see the plume of moisture. This is 7 o'clock on Saturday. The area of low pressure here in through parts of the Midwest. Again, that's going to track here. As we get into Sunday morning, you'll notice these lines of equal pressure start to tighten up. The pressure gradient force tightens up, and as a result, winds will increase. The front itself won't cross here until probably late morning or midday, and then behind it, for the most part, we'll start to see things dry out, but they'll cool off, and it's going to stay windy into Sunday evening and Sunday night. In terms of, again, timing of the cold front passage, this is where we are right here, and this is about noon or so. You can start to see some cooler air arriving. The front's right about here, so I think it's going to be late morning or lunchtime, and then the floodgates open up to some cooler temperatures moving in during the afternoon on Sunday. Now, again, big part of the equation, gusty winds. The kind of gold shaded area is a high wind watch that will be in effect throughout the day on Sunday, with the expectation that winds will be sustained at about 20, 25, 30 miles an hour with some gusts of 45 and 50 miles an hour. So that could create some issues with some downed trees, some limbs, and as a result, some power lines could be impacted as well. So something to certainly keep in mind for the second half of the weekend. For the Stadium Series game, which is still on as of right now, but the NHL may decide to do something with it should the ice surface not be playable. But the Pens Flyers, Saturday, 8 o'clock, 45 degrees with rain showers. Love the artwork. Isn't that delightful? All right, let's get to the whiteboard. Your sunrise and sunset time for tonight, 6:04 and 7:03 tomorrow morning. Snowfall for February, 10.4 inches so far. And for the season, we're just a shade under 29 inches. Again, the high wind watch in effect for Sunday. Trees, limbs, and power lines could be impacted. For tonight, mostly cloudy skies, 31 degrees. Tomorrow, cloudy skies with showers developing, I think, mainly in the afternoon, 47. Temperatures hold steady tomorrow night. 44 degrees, rain becoming more widespread and steady, along with those steady temperatures. Again, half an inch to an inch of rain, and in some areas of Greene and Fayette County that have streams and creeks still running fairly high, that could create some minor flooding issues. And then on Sunday, morning showers, I think mostly dry in the afternoon, but windy West at 20 to 25, gusts of 45, maybe 50. And 54 will be a morning high temperature. Then we'll drop off to 44 in the afternoon. A few flurries Sunday night, 26. Best chance to see flakes will be north of Newcastle, Butler, and Katanning. And then Monday and Tuesday, partly sunny skies, chillier temperatures to start off next week, 34 on Monday and 37 for the high on Tuesday. So that is going to do it for the weekend and beyond, even into the early part of next week. Again, the highlights, some rain, specifically steadiest later Saturday afternoon into Saturday night, 1/2 inch to 1 inch. And then on Sunday, gradually turns chillier throughout the day and gusty winds. That'll be the main theme of the second half of the weekend. High wind watch with the possibility of gusts of 45 and 50 miles an hour. So trees could come down in spots, especially given the sogginess of the soil. And as a result, there could be some power outages for the second half of the weekend. Also of note, it's National Margarita Day on a Friday. So enjoy happy hour with a frozen margarita or maybe one on the rocks. Have yourself a great weekend, and I will talk to you early next week.